Hey everyone, and welcome to Business Boutique. I'm Christy Wright, and today I have an encouragement for you. Now, oftentimes in life and business, you and I run into problems. We have bad experiences. Now, we can have those experiences and have those problems, and we can stay stuck and get frustrated and vent to our best friend, or we could see them as an opportunity to lean in a little more. Now, I want to give you an example of how I had an experience that was a really bad experience that I turned into a really great idea, if I do say so myself. Now, let me just rewind for a second to about 4 years ago when my son Carter was 10 months old. We did what everyone does at Christmas time. I took my little baby, I put him in a little plaid shirt with little tiny miniature slacks and got him all dressed up with his little bald head because he didn't have hair yet like mom did at that time. And we went trekking down to the mall in the freezing cold air, and we proceeded to get in line for 796 hours to see Santa Claus. Now, was it a little less than that? Sure, but I like to exaggerate. It's a love language. Anyway, we go on Monday morning at 10 a.m. the moment they open, thinking we're gonna beat the crowds in December, and we didn't. The line was wrapped all through the zigzag, all around, down the hall, and we thought, okay, I don't know about this, but I'm like, I'm gonna try because it's my firstborn son, and we're gonna get a picture with Santa Claus, right? Right. You're gonna get a picture with Santa Claus. You're not gonna go through the Christmas season with your first baby, maybe the third, but not your first, and not have a picture with Santa Claus. So we get in line. I've got goldfish. I got plans. I got ideas of how I'm gonna keep him occupied. We move through the line. Y'all, it was a disaster. I don't even have to tell you. You know it was because you've lived that before. It was a complete disaster. He is having meltdown after meltdown. I'm sweating profusely at trying to wrangle him as he's climbing on my head and kicking me in the face and trying to do a flying squirrel into the audience, okay? It is one thing after another. By the time we finally make it to Santa Claus, like we are literally next in line, I'm holding my son, exasperated. He's frustrated. This is a disaster setup, but I noticed something. My arm feels wet in this area and warm. Yeah, he had peed through his diaper. We had been in line so long, he had peed through his diaper and his pants, and now he has a giant pee spot on the slacks, and he's about to sit in Santa Claus's lap. Well, we finally make it, because I'm like, I'm not turning back now. Sorry, Santa. Like, you've been down this road before. This is nothing new for you. You're just gonna have to, sorry. Anyway, true story. So he gets in Santa Claus's lap. Thankfully, he doesn't have a complete meltdown, but he's squirming and he's fussing and he's thrashing his arms around. I'm dancing, trying to sing, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands, trying to get my son to smile, wheels on the bus, all the tricks, right, that we try. Finally, get a picture. I pay like $40 for one stupid 5x7. And then y'all, I could not make this up. We finally make it out of there alive. I talked to my husband because he's met me there. We're gonna have lunch. And he goes, let me see the picture. I cannot produce the picture. I cannot find the picture. I don't know where the picture is. I had apparently laid it on top of the stroller. Maybe it fell off in all of the crazy madness after we walked away and paid $40 for a 5x7. Y'all, I could not make this up. I lost the picture after all that. I go running back up. I'm like, I'm so sorry. Worst mom of the year. I've lost the picture after all that. Will you please let us take another picture? So they said at a break, 20 minutes away, they would let us hop in and sneak a picture. We waited 20 more minutes. He goes back in, takes another picture, wet pants and all, and we still have that picture. Now, that was a disaster. That was a really bad experience. I left that experience that day and I said to myself, never again. I'm never doing that again. I don't care how many kids I have. I don't care how many Christmases we experience. We are never doing that again. But then I got an idea. I thought, what if you didn't have to do Christmas that way? What if you didn't have to do pictures with Santa that way, where you wait in line for 3 hours and then you have 2 seconds and you pay $40 for a 5x7 that you're gonna lose anyway with your child who's having a meltdown that's scared of this man in a red suit with a beard and a hat, right? Like, what if it didn't have to be that way? So the next Christmas, and by the way, every Christmas since then, we have what we call the shindig with Santa at our house for our family and friends. I pay, I kid you not, like $150 to have Santa Claus come to our house. It is the best $150 I've ever spent in my life. We have cookie decorating, we make ornaments, we sing carols, Santa reads books, the kids get to run around with him and high-five him and get to know him and ask him all the questions like, are the reindeer real and how many toys do you make and where's the North Pole? Y'all, it is an absolute dream. And all of the parents get their photo with their kids, with Santa, and the kids are happy because they haven't been in line and they've had sugar, and so they're really excited, and everyone's running around, and it's just so magical. They get as many photos as they want to on their phone for free. It is one of the best ideas I think I've ever had. I'm not kidding you. Like, I'm so thankful that we took that really bad experience of the mall and turned it into a really great idea. Now, I don't know what bad experiences you've had. I don't know what problems you've run into. And if you haven't run into any lately, you probably will soon because you're due for some. But don't get stuck there. See that as an opportunity to lean in, ask yourself some questions. Is that something that you could turn into a really great idea? Is that something that you could look at differently, think about differently, and ask God, how are you using this terrible experience that might lead you to do something about it? That might lead you to having a really fun night with your family and friends, or a new product, or a new service, or new business. Maybe it's the thing that's going to be your really great idea from a really bad experience. So my encouragement to you is to look at your problems with new eyes. Look at your challenges and your setbacks and your frustrations and think about them in a new way. See how you could turn a really bad experience into a really great idea. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you need help finding your best business idea, well, I have a course for you. It's my Business Idea Bootcamp, and this is the 4-step course where you go from dreaming to doing, where I walk you through finding your best business idea. You can join the Business Idea Bootcamp by going to businessboutique.com or by clicking the link below.